Hi, everyone. Welcome to this wealthmanagement.com Fast Chat. I'm Shannon Rossick, and today I'm thrilled to be joined by Pooya Lavian, Managing Director of Investments at Wells Fargo Advisors. With a career path that spans tax law, financial services, and wealth planning, Pooya brings a unique perspective to helping high net worth and ultra high net worth clients navigate the complexities of managing and preserving their wealth. So in this conversation, we'll dive into his journey, the impact of Wells Fargo Advisors' leadership evolution, and the key strategies for delivering personalized, comprehensive service to some of the most sophisticated clients in the wealth management industry. So let's go ahead and dive in. Pooya, thanks so much for joining me.
It's a pleasure, Shannon. Thank you.
So, like I said, let's get right to it. Can you tell us about your current role and the path that led you both to it and Wells Fargo Advisors?
Sure. So within Wells Fargo Advisors, I sit within the private client group, and my team advises high net worth and ultra high net worth families on planning and wealth advisory matters. We have a significant, lasting, and positive impact on matters related to wealth preservation, business issues, and legacy positioning. Like you mentioned, I actually started my career as a tax and finance lawyer with heavy experience in tax and trust and estate planning, capital markets, and technology. I transitioned to a role in the financial services world when a mutual client introduced me to someone pretty senior at JP Morgan, and they recruited me into their executive wealth group. From JP Morgan, I had a short stint at Credit Suisse until they made the fateful decision to exit their business, and I joined Wells Fargo happily second quarter 2016.
And I know there's been a lot of changes in leadership at Wells Fargo Advisors in the past few years. How has that impacted your practice?
I joined Wells Fargo at a pretty interesting time, so I've seen a lot of internal changes. And short answer, yes, of course, there's been an impact to my practice, but I'm happy to say it's been positive. I think new leadership, when they came into Wells Fargo, they had their new strategic priorities. And I think one thing that really came across to the folks who work here was the need and want for leaders to put together a client-centric and advisor-enabling infrastructure. I think leadership immediately recognized the need to become more agile and provide the tools necessary to really enhance client and advisor experience here. We have a fantastic leadership group. We have Barry Summers within WFA and WIM, Barry Summers to Saul Gindi, through my region, Barry Simmons and Patrick Bauman, all the way down to individual office brand bearers. These are folks who I think really understand the business and what clients are looking for and advisors need in the current marketplace. One need only look to see how Barry Summers gave a mandate to one of our colleagues, James Craven, to really enhance advisor and client experience. And there is an updated and often communicated scorecard that when you see it as an advisor here, it's pretty impressive.
And you often work with high net worth and ultra high net worth clients, and we know that their needs are complex and always evolving. So how are you meeting those needs as they bring them to the table?
I think, there has to be more than a few just general things that sophisticated advisors need to really be adept at when they're working with clients, and also, clients, other advisors. I think it's having a very personalized service model with clear communication, being able to really provide comprehensive planning support for clients, being able to have a really truly global investment perspective, and understanding long-term focus and generational issues, as well as really just working well in the sandbox with other advisors and in your client's ecosystem. And the last thing, honestly, is really exhibiting good judgment.
And I would imagine things like, privacy and confidentiality and security are probably also a top priority for those high net worth clients. And having that planning mindset is something I know you believe is important to meeting those client needs. So can you tell us more about that and what resources you need to deliver that approach to your clients?
Planning can mean many different things to people at different times in their lives. So I think sophisticated advisors really need to be able to deal with the nuances that add operational and investment efficiencies for clients, being an expert in estate planning techniques, retirement and cash flow planning, preparing for, a liquidity event. These are all things that, will pop up during a life cycle. And having the ability to maintain a consistent, disciplined approach really, I think, differentiates truly sophisticated advisors. What's great about WFA is that we have access to internal centers of excellence that can provide, really deep understanding into specific assets or needs that our clients may have. So colleagues who are singly focused on things like hedging and monetization strategies for concentrated stock positions, customized, truly customized credit solutions, industry-specific intelligence, oil and mineral asset management, or things like real estate advisory services. These are just some of the levers that we can pull on behalf of clients.
Well, I love that you called out planning can mean different things to people at different times. That's a great point. So looking forward, what are the key considerations you think advisors should keep in mind while determining the next moves for growing their practice?
I believe, people should have an intentional growth mindset when they're discussing, what their future is. And I think the decision tree for advisors is really personal. Ours is a truly personal business. We get to work with, really interesting people and learn really, great things about them and their families and be additive to their efforts in their lives. I think the North Star consideration has to be, are you making decisions to grow your business that are beneficial to your client? And I think if you say to yourself, you're joining a place or having ideas for growth that allow you to be in an ecosystem that is truly client-centric and gives you the tools you need, I think you'll be well served with those questions being answered positively.
Well, I think the key word in all of that is intentional growth mindset. So thank you for calling that out. Pooya, great advice. Thank you so much for sharing your story and your insights today.
Pleasure. Thank you.